So you're productive, or at least your Google Calendar thinks you are. Every 15 minutes of your day is accounted for. You've got your morning routine, your deep work blocks, your lunch, which is really just eating over your laptop, and your evening review session where you plan tomorrow's 47 tasks. You did everything right. You followed the system, and yet somehow you're exhausted. Your grades are mid, your side project hasn't moved in 3 weeks, and you can't remember the last time you laughed at something that wasn't a coping mechanism. Here's the thing nobody in the productivity space wants to admit. Scheduling every minute of your day doesn't make you more disciplined. It makes you fragile. One unexpected text, one assignment that runs 20 minutes long, one friend who says, "Hey, wanna grab food?" And your entire day collapses like a Jenga tower in an earthquake. And the worst part? You don't blame the system, you blame yourself. I just need more discipline. No, you need a system that doesn't shatter the second real life touches it. And you know where you learn to live like this? From the internet, where every other video is some finance guru showing off their perfect daily routine, built in a minimalist apartment that costs more per month than your entire yearly salary. I wake up at 4:30, I meditate for 20 minutes, I journal 3 pages of gratitude, I drink my mushroom-infused coffee with 2 shots of oat milk while eating my steak and eggs with kiwi and mixed berries and chamomile, served on a wooden cutting board, and then I begin my deep work protocol. Like, brother, you're 24 years old sharing a bathroom with 6 people. This does not apply to you. Then there's monk mode. The idea that you should cut off your friends, delete all social media, and lock yourself in a room for 90 days to emerge transformed. You know what actually emerges after 90 days of total isolation? A person who forgot how to hold a conversation. And the Notion dashboards. And I say this with love. You're spending 6 hours building a productivity system to track 2 hours of actual work you're going to do. That's not productivity. That's arts and crafts with extra steps. All this stuff has one thing in common. It treats your brain like a machine that just needs a better operating system. But your brain isn't a machine. It's an organ, and organs need something machines don't. They need rest. Not as a reward, but as a function. Let's say you're trying to solve a particularly difficult problem for your math or physics class. You filled 3 pages of scratch work with equations that led nowhere. You've erased so hard you nearly tore the paper. You've watched 4 different YouTube tutorials, and you're starting to think that you just aren't a math person. Then you finally walk away. You go for a quick walk around the block or just go grab some water. And then suddenly, while you're just looking at a tree, the logic clicks. Your brain finally sees that one substitution you missed that makes the whole thing work. You've had this happen before. Everyone has had this happen before. And somehow we all still think that the answer is to just grind harder. Here's what your schedule doesn't account for. Your brain doesn't learn while you're studying. Your brain learns when you stop. This is basic neuroscience. When you study something or practice a skill, your brain fires a bunch of neural connections, but those connections are weak and temporary, like New Year's resolutions by February. Those connections only become permanent when you rest, specifically during sleep, during breaks, during the moments when you're doing absolutely nothing productive. That's when your brain replays the information, strengthens pathways, and moves things from short-term to long-term memory. This process is called consolidation, and it literally cannot happen while you're actively thinking. Think about it like a gym. You don't build muscle while you're lifting, you build muscle while you're sleeping. The lifting part just tears your muscle fibers apart. The actual growth, the repair, the getting stronger, that only happens during recovery. If you went to the gym and did bicep curls for 9 hours straight, you wouldn't get jacked, you'd get injured. And then you get a hospital bill, and then you have to pay that bill, and then you'd get broke. But we're already broke. You see the problem here? Your brain works the exact same way. Working is the micro tear, rest is the growth. You don't rest because you earned it. You rest because that's where the earning happens. You don't rest because you earned it. You rest because that's where the earning happens. Say it again if you need to. Write it on your wall, tattoo it somewhere, replace that grind poster with it. Now's the part where I get to say something controversial. I'm going to tell you that doing absolutely nothing, strategically, actually isn't lazy. It's elite. Not watching Netflix. Nothing. Not scrolling TikTok for 3 hours. Nothing. I mean, actually nothing. Sitting somewhere, staring at the sky, letting your brain buffer like a YouTube video on hotel Wi-Fi. Absolutely nothing. The most productive people in history were professional nothing doers. Darwin took 2 long walks a day and worked maybe 4 focused hours short. Hemingway stopped writing mid-sentence on purpose so his subconscious could finish the sentence overnight. Tesla got the idea for alternating current while walking through a park doing absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, you're over here trying to optimize your bathroom breaks. The reason strategic nothing works is because your brain has 2 modes. There's focused mode, that's when you're locked in, solving problems, reading, learning, and there's diffuse mode. That's your brain wandering around, connecting random dots, generating ideas you never would have had while staring at a textbook. You need both. It's not focus or diffuse, it's focused then diffuse. Study then stare at a wall. Code for 2 hours, then walk around the block. Read a chapter, then sit outside and do absolutely nothing for 20 minutes. You don't schedule rest because you ran out of work. You schedule rest because rest is the other half of the work. Skipping it is like writing a paper and never hitting save. You did the typing, but you lost the file. So here's what you're going to do. Open your schedule right now, find your longest work or study block, cut it in half. I'm serious. If you got a 4-hour deep work block, make it 2. Put the other 2 hours as nothing. Not catch-up time, not flexible block, nothing. Label it as nothing. And during that time, don't touch your phone, don't watch anything, go for a walk, sit outside, take a nap, stare at a tree. Let your brain finally do what it's been trying to do all day. Process the stuff you've crammed into it. You'll feel guilty the first time. That's the internet's fault. It's convinced you that rest is a reward for hard work when it's actually the mechanism that makes the hard work stick. An engine doesn't run better when you floor it for 12 hours. It runs better when you let it cool down so it doesn't explode. You are the engine. Stop exploding. And if someone asks why you're sitting on a bench staring at the sky, tell them you're consolidating. They won't know what that means, but it sounds smart. And now you know that it actually is. If you want more ways to actually get better at life or whatever, just subscribe. It's free and it takes less time than building another Notion dashboard. Oh, and one more thing.